It's a sad day for a lot of people. I'm probably I'm sure most of you know by now, and if you don't, then you'll know by the title of this video. In the early hours of this morning, UK artist Cadet died in a car crash, in a car accident. He wasn't the driver, he was a passenger in a cab or a taxi on the way to a gig to perform. And so it was something that was completely out of his hands, which makes it even more sad. The fact that, you know, what's happened is literally not his fault. And I mean, it's sad when people die in tragic accidents, as it is, especially when it's someone who has affected so many people and someone who was a part of the UK scene, someone so talented. And you know me, I can be very critical of artists, and I had very little negative to say about Cadet, and I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I am not just saying this because of the events that occurred. Cadet holds a place in my life for the simple fact of he was the first artist to recognize my reaction video on them. I believe he commented on the video, and I remember when I seen at the time, I was so gassed. Like, that meant a lot to me, and it was one of the reasons why I kept doing the reaction videos. It was it just meant a lot that he, you know, was watching videos from, you know, first off, he was watching reaction videos on his own music, which is one thing, but then to be watching reactions when literally I had no viewers at that point, or very little at least. So to be watching smaller YouTubers and supporting them, I guess, meant a lot for me as a content creator and as a person who just loved his music. Cadet was maybe in my top 5, but definitely in my top 10 in terms of artists, especially for what people say his storytelling ability. And I believe I said this in a video before, but he never called it storytelling. He said it was real life. Like, that is real shit that happened. It's not a story, it's not fiction, it's not a made up thing. And that was kind of words of wisdom that I took into, you know, some of the analysis, or well, not analysis, some of the music that I speak on in videos and whatnot. Cadet, through his music, although I never knew him as a person, although I never spoke to him in person, Cadet through his music taught me a level of honesty, to just be open about your flaws and about your downfalls, and to be so open about it and make something positive of it. And that's what I tried to do through my music, was state some of my flaws and state some of the things that weren't going my way, as I looked up to Cadet in that regard. On top of that, he made he popularized the art of storytelling within the UK scene. You know, it was known as Cadet and Rapman, that were the two that, you know, big ones that did that. And so to lose someone that had that much influence on my life, on the UK scene, and as well obviously friends and family, it's just a sad day. So I mean, I've talked enough already. My thoughts and condolences are with family and close friends, Krept included. I'm glad that they were able to do the letter to Cadet, letter to Krept, back and forth, and I'm glad that they were able to sort out, you know, their differences and the things that they had going on. And I'm sure he was the kind of person that did that with many other people in his life. He made that open in his music about his relationship with his mum. He made that open about his relationship with his brother. And so yeah, so I know I have quite a heavy Aussie fan base and viewership. So if you're from Australia, and even if you're from the UK and haven't listened to Cadet, I'll link a bunch of his songs down in the description below, and I just suggest that you go and listen and just take in the art that my man created. Once again, thoughts with everyone that's affected by this, fans included, and yeah, just rest in peace. Rest in peace, the underrated legend.